Alright, let's do some flight sim streaming. Well, let's see where we left off the other night. I think it was like last night. Hold on just 1 second. We want some music here. This guy seems to put out some good music, so that's what I'm using for my stream. Okay, so we don't listen to that anymore. Okay, so where are we? We are about an hour out of Kansas City. And we're on the second leg of my flight from the Airbus factory in Wales to Kansas City downtown airport. Be a controller there. Matter of fact, I was there in 1981 when President Reagan fired all of the PATCO air traffic controllers. And I went on to do another 5 years in the military and then become an airline pilot for 20 years. So here we are. We're going back to Kansas City. Now, I am flying in a simulations, brand new airplane. Matter of fact, let's go outside while we're flying and take a look at it. Wow, what a cool airplane. This is an A300 body. And it's a 600 special transport, and it's called the BELUGA because this paint job looks like a whale. And inside I'm carrying a helicopter. I just love helicopters. I'm a helicopter CFI and a commercial helicopter pilot. So I really don't have many hours. That's because the FAA wrecked our helicopter right when I was learning how to do all that fun stuff. Okay, so this is an Inabuilds Airbus 300-600 ST, and it was designed to haul Airbus parts. And in the beginning they hauled Airbus parts in a Boeing. I think it was called a Stratocruiser. It was I think it was a KC, something like a KC-97 that they modified into something that looks like this. It had 4 recip engines on it. And so they did that for a long time until they decided that maybe that wasn't that cool to transport Airbus parts in a Boeing. So what they did is Airbus contracted with, well, they sent out a bid. And they tried several different things. They tried to modify a C-17. That was too expensive. And anyway, so this company decided they could take an Airbus 300 and build this BELUGA with what they had. And so this airplane is 1970s technology built in the 80s. And if you listen to my other streams, you will see that it's kind of a cross between the old steam gauges, like the engine instruments are all steam gauges. The altimeter and vertical speed are steam gauges. There's a little bit of electronic, here for the attitude indicator and the navigation display. And it was one of the very first airplanes that had ECAM. And over here on this side, This is the en route page, and so it shows, oh, our fuel burn's way down. Oh, maybe it's way up. It's more now. Let me see. We still don't have a headwind, so I thought it was burning about 2.5. That's 2,500 kilograms an hour per side. And the oil temperature vibrations, the cabin altitude, we're at 4,000 feet. In the cabin, even though we're at 28,000 feet here. So like I said, this airplane just came out a couple days ago. Their other airplane is a freighter, Airbus 300-600. And this is a derivative of it. And it's got FMSs in it down here, like you may. So we are going to, we just passed BAE, whatever that is. That's Kirksville at IRK. And so we just passed BAE right there. And we're about an hour out of Kansas City at 22:48. So that's where I wanted to pick up the flight. These flights are about 5 hours long, so the first one I took off of the airport in Wales and climbed up to 28,000 feet, got up over Belfast. I kind of ended the stream. We went back and did some replays of the takeoff, which were really cool. Look at about an hour and 35 minutes on that stream, and you'll see some cool takeoffs and shots. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to start the flight midway to Goose Bay, but though I could save my position on X-plane, when I spawned the airplane back up there, nothing was in the FMS, and with the simulator on pause, you can't input anything, so I could not fly the airplane and do the programming I needed to get the autopilot on. So on Wednesday, I started the flight from Goose Bay, Charlie Yankee Yankee Romeo, and it turned out really well. We took off, climbed up to 28,000 feet, and again we went back and did a replay of the takeoffs. So I still wanted to do the last half of this flight. Remember, these are 5-hour flights, so I don't really want to stream for 5 hours, even though, you know, some people do that. So, and if that's what you want to see, I might do it. You know, those farm sim guys, they stream for 12 hours. Sometimes they do marathons for 24 hours they stream. Farming. Hey, I was really into farming. So, and that was my grandson Cash's fault. He was sick one day and he got me into farm sim, and I fell hook, line, and sinker, and I played it literally for thousands of hours. Well, yesterday when I was doing my stream, some funny guy showed up called Nicky Fizz. And so anyway, it turns out it's my cousin who he does farm sim, and he does Eva, and he's a computer techie, works for a steel company in Michigan. So anyway, that was pretty cool. So if you want to hear about the family, listen to that stream, because that's what we talked about for an hour and a half. Okay, so we're in the Beluga. We got that helicopter. Again, I like to haul that. And you can haul all kinds of stuff. You can haul A320 bodies. You know how Boeing sends them on the rail cars? Airbus hauls them around in their airplane. And you can haul A320 wings. You can haul A380 rudders. not rudders, vertical stabilizers with the paint jobs of the airlines, which is really cool. There's a whole bunch of paint jobs for this airplane. You can fly it as Southwest, or you can do FedEx and haul stuff out of bulk cargo out of Memphis. Fly for NASA and haul space station parts. And there's just all kinds of cool things. And there's a whole route set up for Airbus, all the places they fly over in Europe. And so this was my first time to fly across the pond. So I flew across the Atlantic on that first leg. And I wanted to fly from Wales to Kansas City, but it won't fly that far. The airplane is big, huge, and slow. If you're familiar with how fast an Airbus would fly, like a 320, it'll get up to like 7-8 Mach. And this airplane will only go 6-8 Mach, and you can see that that's what I'm doing. And it's about 265 knots at flight level 280. So it wouldn't make it from Wales to Kansas City. So I decided I would go to Goose Bay and then Goose Bay to Kansas City. Now those two flights were right at the maximum for the aircraft. Matter of fact, the other night when I flew the first part of the Goose Bay to Kansas City, and I ended the stream, a couple hours into that 5-hour flight, I kept it going, and about 1:30 in the morning this morning, I finally arrived in Kansas City. So that was pretty cool. Hey, there's Kirksville showing up on the navigation display, and it's showing the top of descent. This is a extremely well modeled aircraft and systems, and I'm a longtime X-plane simmer, and my first computer was like in 1978 or 79. It was an Apple II Plus, and it had 64K of memory. 64K. Your phone's got more than that on it. And the software that I bought for it was SubLogic's Flight Simulator. Okay, so let's see, we're 21:55 by the last fix, and we're going to be on the ILS at 22:44. Now, I'm not flying real time. I'm flying the time. I wanted to fly in the daytime. Nighttime's okay, but you just can't see anything. So, it's more fun to be where you can go out and watch the airplane. Look at that nice contrail. And another shot of it. Looks like we're coming up on Lake Michigan. Let's see, I think he's over here coming this way. There I am. Nice contrail in the background. The camera angles that I'm using are from X-Camera. That information across the top of the screen with the ETA and altitude and airspeeds is by, let me read it here, Fly Live Studios. I'm using Streamlabs OBS as my broadcast software. I've got a GoPro for my camera, but I'm not doing that right now. You don't have to look at my mug. I've got a special microphone sitting in front of my mouth, and little music there is coming from Pretzel Rock, and you can see what the name of the tunes are and who that composer is. He's pretty good. I like the music for simming. Let's see, we can look inside the cargo compartment. We can look outside the airplane on the bottom, on the top of the rudder. I like that shot. We can look right wing looking forward. Get rid of this. Look, right engine. Left engine. Right wing looking aft. Kind of a cool tail. And a lot of nice shots inside. The overhead panel. Like I said, see, it's got some steam gauges in it, and then it's got EGNR, or let's say the electric. So this is the whole electric panel right here. And you can even look at how much your electric distribution is doing, like in the old days. And but you can also down here grab that screen, go down, and the controllers are down here. You can look at the AC electrical system on a CRT. And of course that's the AC, and then this is the DC. And these are the engine parameters, hydraulics, bleeds, air conditioning. So the only air conditioning that's happening is up in this cockpit. The rest of that airplane is not pressurized. And what we got here? Oh, there's your cabin pressurization. So the cabin is at 4,000, like I said, even though we're at 28,000. Here's the fuel. We're down to around 12,000 kilograms. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Last night when I landed in Kansas City, I had 5,000. That's about an hour at cruise, so I was kind of sweating bullets on that. The APU, all the flight controls, the doors. There's really not many doors on there. That big clam in the front, access in the belly, and a little cargo back there in the back. And then the wheel temperatures. Kind of nice information. So again, this is a state-of-the-art aircraft in the 80s with all of these CRTs and ECAM, and ECAM stands for engine something monitor. But if anything goes wrong, you'll see all the messages over here on the side. You can see the seatbelt sign. No smoking is on, but we don't have no passengers, so I don't care. It's got an electronic flight bag over here. Let's see, let's start thinking about the approach. We got signs are on, we're briefed. ECAM status is good. The altimeters, we'll set them on this and that. Minimums, we'll get that in a second. Ignitions, continuous ignition, it says. So, and set the field elevation. I've already set the field elevation. So we need to find out what the altimeter is in Kansas City. Well, we might be able to tune in the ATIS, but we won't hear it till we get pretty close. So. But let me see what it is, and we'll put it in the radio. The ATIS is 120.75. So the radios are down here on the bottom of the pedestal. And they're kind of, oh look, the frequency's right there. I've already got the ATIS for Kansas City, and I'm listening. So when it comes on, we'll see what it has to say. We're going to shoot the ILS runway 19 into downtown Kansas City. That's the old airport. Back in 1970 when I went to work for the FAA, that was the commercial airport for Kansas City. And then in 1972 we moved up to Kansas City International, which originally was built for TWA at their overhaul base. Well, let's see, we're 149 miles from Kirksville, and that's the top of descent. So. Well, what else can we talk about? Again, this is X-Plane 11.51 something. Oh, I was saying that I've got Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I love the visuals. They use some sort of photorealistic for the ground, so what you fly over and see out the window looks like the real thing. In X-Plane, it's kind of a let's go outside and look down. And then go down. So it's kind of the right looking stuff, and they do have airports like all around that are custom, that are like the real thing, but not as nice as Microsoft Flight Simulator from that standpoint. Now the Microsoft Flight Simulator airplanes are, well, from a real pilot standpoint, they're pretty trashy. They are working to make them better, but right now the modeling of them and all of these pages and systems and stuff don't work like they do in X-Plane. I mean, X-Plane's been around for a long time, and they really have some sophisticated simulations. Matter of fact, back in the day, let's see, what would that be, about 2003 or so, I became an Airbus 320 captain, and we went to Miami for Airbus training. And I took my laptop with me, and I had a flight simulator on it, and I had an Airbus aircraft on it, and that little booger was about 85% accurate for the airplane. And every day when I was in the simulator and before, I flew my simulator on my computer in my hotel room, and then the next day I would fly the actual simulator, and it really helped. So that was fun. And then I flew the Airbus for about 750 hours, and the people that were running our airline made really bad decisions, and we went out of business. Okay, so we're still 127 miles from top of descent, which is, we'll be there at 22:24, and right now it is 22:06, so we'll be there in about 20 minutes. If you have any questions about the airplane or flight simming or aviation or anything, just follow along with me, and when I'm doing my streams, we can talk about all kinds of fun stuff. See, it looks like I can come down a little on my range. Now I can't see anything out ahead. Let's see, I was trying to do flight sim on my iMac. I have a really nice 27-inch iMac, and I have it souped up as much as you can, and And of course, so many programs are Windows, and Macs don't really like Windows. And there's a way you can do Windows on a Mac, but it just would not work. And so I had to go out and buy a Windows computer if I wanted to do this. And so first I bought a Dell G5, but before UPS even delivered it, I found out that it was not expandable. So when UPS showed up, I said, take it back. And I ordered a Dell, another Dell. This is an Alienware R10. It's got an AMD chip in it rather than an Intel. And it's a gaming computer, so it will run all of this fancy stuff and still breathe. I am using my iMac. I've got my Twitch stream over there, and I can see and hear what it sounds like. So let me see what it sounds like. Well, let me see. The music doesn't sound too loud. And I sound real loud. So that's good. Oh, what happened to my... Oh. I was going to say, what happened to my top of descent? My little yellow thing, but I changed the range. Oh, one thing I can do is I can set up my ILS. That would be smart to do. I need 1099 and 192. So let's go down here to the pedestal and put in 1099 is already in there, and 192 is the course. Okay, so now, last night when I shot the approach into Kansas City, I hadn't ever landed this airplane, and I wasn't for sure what buttons to push, but I figured out that if I pushed that one, it would intercept the localizer, and that one turned on the glide slope for the whole ILS. And it did a beautiful auto land, so you can expect a wonderful touchdown because I won't be flying the plane. I'll be watching the computer fly the plane. Okay, so we're coming up on Kirksville. It would be nice if this FMS showed the distance, but it doesn't. But there's other places that it does, so I guess you just have to, you know, automation is really nice, and you really get spoiled when you have way too much automation. So the cool thing about this airplane is it's a little bit of old and a little bit of new, so you get to do some regular flying. And so let's go down to my av tab again and look at that. Check this. So signs were on. Everything we talked about EGNR status this time. We're going to set the altimeters when we get a little bit closer. Let's look and see what the minimums are and make sure that that's in the box. 1004 is the MDA. So let's go over here. Where you put the MDA in, so 1004. Okay, so we're going to land flaps 3040. Our approach speed is 134 knots. And our landing weight's 105,000 kilograms. For a little bit they had pounds, and you know, us poor Americans, we just can't go with the metrics yet. And, but then for some reason they came back and said, okay, no more pounds, you guys. You're gonna have to do it the European way. So that's what we're doing now. And what's cool about this airplane also is it's got this fancy speed card. So if I click the landing one now, it shows that approach speed of 130. VREF is across the fence at 125. And so that's kind of cool. You see the spoilers are armed. I landed in Kansas City without that. My thrust reversers worked just fine, and I didn't have any trouble stopping. Kansas City's got a pretty short runway. It's only about 6,000 feet long. When I was a controller there and the air carriers were coming in there, we had some big airplanes. Delta flew a Convair 880. If you know anything about that history of airplanes, that Hummer was fast. If he was at the outer marker, which is 4 to 7 miles from the end of the runway, he better not have nobody in front of him, because he was at the airport in a heartbeat. It did not have slats on the front of it, so the front of the wing did not come down, and was made for it to have to fly ultra fast. Hey, Nikki Fizz, how you doing? Hey, I'm looking at that flight sim thing. I'm trying to get past the whitelist, so I'm answering the questions. Seems like an awful lot of work to play farm sim, but anyway. So I'm finishing up the flight, going into Kansas City. What was I just doing? Well, I was going to set the altimeters once I know what the field elevation, the ATIS is. I was doing my checklist. Oh, the minimums, I put that in. Continuous ignition, they want that on, huh? Let's go up and turn it on just for fun. It is right there, and you turn it to the right. And what that does is it turns on the igniters. Normally, a jet engine yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. So anyway, continuous ignition turns on the igniters so that if you would fly through turbulence or ingest a lot of water and heavy rain, could put the fire out. I'm a major. Is that what do you get ranks or something in that game? So anyway, that's what continue. Oh, mayor. Okay, mayor, not major. Okay. Oh, I sponsor 3 maps of the 150. Okay, so that's what continuous ignition is for, to keep that engine running. So the plan is to land in Kansas City, taxi over to the old TWA hangar, which is a TWA museum now, and we're going to unload the helicopter, and then we're going to do some replays of that auto land. Now this thing across the top of the screen up here, there's a big box right here in the middle that rates the landing. So we'll see what it says and how well the computer landed. I understand I sponsor 3 maps, but what does the of the 150 mean? There's 100. Oh, that's because of just like Dave's map PV. That's on a server, so that's one of the 150. Yeah, when I played Farm Sim, I didn't do multiplayer and all that. I just did solo, my own stuff. Right, 10 different people could be hosting it, you're right. Plus Dave hosts it also. Yeah, you can spend a lifetime playing that, Dave's map. Hey Nikki, how's the music level right now? I know I'm loud. Am I too loud? So there's 2 questions. I had to put on my headset and talk on Discord. Okay, I can turn the music down a little. I don't know what made it go back up. Okay. How we doing here? Looks like the top of descent. Kind of going away. Oh no, it's right there. It just moved up further towards Kansas City. You're doing them long messages again. Sorry. I'm not sure why that bot's so touchy. There's my SMS over there. Okay. Yeah, you could be a moderator. I don't know how to make you one, though. You'll have to give me some duel. So when you're playing those games, do you voice chat with people? Okay, I'll remember that. Type /mod. Let me see if I can do that right now without... Okay, I typed it, so. Got too much stuff on my screen. Okay. Hey Nick, how's it going? You showed up in a big red blob. Nick's on here. He's a fellow simmer, and also he's a learning to be a commercial airline pilot. Going to Embry-Riddle in Florida, and he's working on his instrument rating. We all wish him luck. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't need luck. We just wish you a good outcome. Hey Nick, what do you think of this Beluga? Well, let's see. I always want to start my descent early. Now in the real airplane, you could wait till top of descent. You had many ways, and you probably do in the sim too, to get the airplane down. But if your planning turns into a mush. So we want to go down to about 10,000 first. So, oh, there's a turn. So we can preset 10,000. And yeah, I saw where some company bought 50 of those DA-42s or something. Must be a lot of people wanting to learn how to fly. Well, I'm gonna do flight level change and start down. Here comes the throttle's back. Watch what this baby does. Oh, look at that vertical deviation there on the ND. All right. And it's got a banana bar too. The banana bar is when you'll get to that altitude. And the vertical deviation allows you to fly a simulated glide slope rate down to your altitude. Remember, staying as high as you can, as long as you can, is the name of the game. That's how you save all the fuel. Because if you rush down to your altitude prematurely, the airplane uses tons of gas that you could be saving by staying up high. And we're going down like a bat out of So let's turn on the vertical speed. Let's go to 1,500 feet a minute and see if that will Okay, there's vertical speed now. See, that put it way out in front of us, so we definitely want to be down to 10,000 before that BQS. Let's try 2,000 feet a minute. That's a little better. So like I said, the banana bar says when you'll be at 10,000 feet. And of course, remember we have to slow down at 10,000 feet so we can descend below it. So let's start slowing to 250 now. And then when we get to 10, we can continue to come down. And we're still waiting on the ATIS. I was going to see if I could get this vertical deviation to show up, but I'm still coming down too fast. Well, it says the total air temperature in frequent icing range, but it's clear outside, so we don't have to worry about ice. That chart. So let me see what it says. I'm supposed to be between 8 and 24,000. So I'm supposed to be at 8,000 at Bramer on the star. So I'm at 250, so I can go ahead and go down to 8. I got the ATIS in there and I got the frequency up. You just can't hear it way out. Okay, the speed limit's 250 below 10. That's why we slowed to 250. Now we're going down to 8,000 and we're at the speed. So there is the, it's not the final approach fix, but it is, we should be in great position here. Let's see, after Bremer, we can go down to 3,000. See the purple on here, the constraints. So if you pick it right there where my mouse is, it'll show on the chart what altitude you're supposed to be at. Final approach fix is that next one, that's 2,600 feet. Well, we're through 10. Chime the flight attendant, but we don't have any. Hauling freight. Let's see, we're 13 miles from Bremer, so it looks like we're going to level off at 8. $9,000 for 8,000. What amazes me about this plane is it zooms right down to that altitude and then whack, levels off. I guess that doesn't matter when you're hauling boxes. So the next altitude is 3. So we'll preset that, we'll cross Bremer, and then we'll head down to 3,000. The nice thing about this airplane is you put the slats out at 250 knots. And it's right on the indicator. Let's do slats. So this bar over here is slats and these are flaps. So put out your slats at 250.
Charles B. Wheeler, downtown information whiskey. 2100 Zulu weather. Wind calm. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 0. Dew point minus 3.
Oh, that's the ATIS.
Altimeter 2992. Arriving runways 01, 03. Departing runways 01, 03. Advise on initial contact, you have whiskey.
The booze news, whiskey.
Charles B. Wheeler, downtown information whiskey. 2100 Zulu weather. Wind calm. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 0. Dew point minus 3. Altimeter 2992. Arriving runways 01, 03. Departing runways 01, 03. Advise on initial contact, you have whiskey.
Well, we're going to land on 19 even though it... Okay, so there is... Bremer, we're going down to 3. And we're going to slow down to 200 knots. And at 200 you can go flaps 20. Very good. So now we got that altimeter. So we got ignition, the field elevation set, and we're down to the landing checklist. Let's see, we want auto brakes on medium, so let's go set that. Auto brakes are nice. You don't have to worry about okay. Hey, I granted the moderator privileges. All right. Let me see where I'm at here. Down to 3. I'm slowing to 210. I'm at 210. Looking nice. This is going to land with 8,000 kilograms. Very good. I can get rid of the bot and use Nikki Fizz as my moderator instead of that automatic thing. Okay, here come the engines up. On the speed now. Citation Max. Maybe. Why? What's it mean? Oh, maybe I've seen that. Okay, let's go a little bit more on the flaps. Now we're down, we got slats 15 and flaps are 15. thing I remembered that. So the localizer's armed. Sometimes these simulators turn on the localizer too soon, but it looks like this one's doing a good job. Oh, it says it's captured the localizer, but it's not turning on it, which I really like that, because like on Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you hit the localizer, it'll turn and never intercept the localizer. Next altitude is 2600, except we can intercept the glide slope at 3. Up there's Smithville Lake over at 1 o'clock. Cleared for the approach, so I've armed the glide slope, and it says Cat 2. I like the fact that it's not turning on the localizer until it actually gets over there. We're 18 miles from the end of the runway. This is really a great simulator. This aircraft. They really did a great job. Did you do good? What kind of sim are you flying in? Okay, slowing to 170. At 170 I can go full flaps. Localizer's alive. We're going to wait for the glide slope to put the gear down. Approach speed is 129 now. And there's the Missouri River out in front of us. I do kind of wish that X-Plane had those weather presets like Microsoft Flight Simulator. where he could dump the weather down. Glide slope's alive. Gears coming down. Slowing to our approach speed, 129. And putting the flaps down. We're cleared to land on runway 19. We're coming across the outer marker right now. Uh-oh, I don't think my flaps went down. There they go. Nice and quiet outside. Cleared to land. Gas undercarriage mixture prop. Land green.
100. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Nice touchdown. Two in reverse. Taxi to the ramp. Okay. So let's see if those slats came up. This airplane's kind of weird. Yeah, they did. Flaps are up. Transponder radar, spoilers, and APU start. Well, we're going to ask for external power, so. So now we've got external power. Let's select that external power, and then we can shut the engines off. Right one's coming off. Left one's coming off. The electrics is on the external power. Let's call the loader up. Here comes the front door open. There's the loader. Gonna unload my helicopter. Transponder and weather radar. We need to shut those off. Okay. Okay, fuel pumps and windows off. I'm sorry, heat. Now, I wonder what my fuel was. It probably already cleared itself, so we're not going to be able to... Oh, I can look on the fuel page. We landed with 6.8. Okay. Yeah, my loader's still coming up to the airplane. It does, man. All the way from Wales to Kansas City. Well, we're going to unload it and then we'll go back and do some replays of the landing. These loading and unload evolutions take about 30 minutes, so. No. I have an automatic bot. And I have settings set for moderation. But that's about all I know. Oh, there it is. Now I can unload him. Let's go back outside and watch. Here it comes. Oh, I see that little dagger. Oh, wow, yeah, there's a lot of information on there, isn't there? Yeah, I got a night bot. Oh, there comes my helicopter out. Oh, that's how you ban people. Okay, Nick, goodbye. No. I wondered how you did that. Now I know. Hey, thanks for passing that on. See, I need to go back over here on my other mouse and watch that helicopter. See, I wouldn't have known if I had somebody that was really a boob and I wanted to ban him. I wouldn't even know now. So I still don't see where's the button you push to ban. Oh, I see it now. No, that just turns it all on. Where's the actual thing where you could time out by Streamlabs for 1 second? Nikki Fizz 44 minutes ago. So I see some stuff over there on the left. What's new? Go to channel page. Mod actions. So on each chat message, there is left to right, ban, timeout, and delete. Oh, over on the other page. Oh, I see him. They're at the bottom. I get it. Block, permit. No, that's not it. Oh, okay, now I see it. Oh, cool. Wow. I learned so much tonight. Thank you very much. Now my door's shutting. Let's go back and see if we can do a replay. Okay, I just toggled it. Let's see where we end up. Oh, that's why you wanted to be the moderator. A little ulterior motive there, huh? Uh-oh. I'm in the air with... That's pretty funny. It'll probably catch up with the shut the door, get rid of the chocks. Oh, here it comes. There goes the door. Let's see what happens here. Hey, look, I'm flying formation with my helicopter. No rotor blades. That's funny. How do you do that? That is funny. Maybe he'll go away. Let's see how far out we are. Oh, that, yeah. Oh, he just left. Oh, shucks. Well, I've never been inside during the replay, so my ND doesn't show nothing, so I guess I need to go outside and watch. Uh-oh. Here we go. Now I hear sound on my stream, so let's see what's going on here. Let's see how good of a landing this Autoland did. Wow. Thrust reversers coming out, spoilers up. Spoilers down. Well, that was cool. Let's go out and look at it again. I'm getting so I know what button to push now. Looks like my front door for my nose gear's open. So I got it on fast forward. So. Test 1, 2. Got that too loud. Test 1, 2. That's a little better. Uh-oh, we're turning. Go back to normal. God, after fast forward, it looked, yeah, it did look mighty fast, didn't it? Now it looks ultra slow. Well, the flaps are down a little bit. Let's go look at the slat. You can see their yep, the slats are out just a little bit. We'll wait for the gear and then we'll watch the landing. Oh, there it was, darn it. Okay, are we back? So I got all these Nicky fizzes. How do I get rid of what happened to Nick? Thing's got too darn many settings. Okay, left. Okay, let's look at this landing. Oh, those flaps look nice those flaps look nice at full. There's Buick, Oldsmobile, and Pontiac over there. That used to be at an airport over there. Coming over the Missouri River. Minus 251. Hit a little hard, not too bad. Here come the thrust reversers out. Spoilers are up. Upper right corner, you can see who's currently online. Nicky Fizz account created on May the 11th, 2016. Following since February 23rd, 2021. 85 messages, 2 times out, 0 bans, and 0 mod comments. Any landing where you don't die is a good one. You're right. Actually, it's anything you can walk away from. Okay, well that was pretty fun.